Hi guys, and this video that I'm doing today is a little video that I'm going to show you how to prepare for a tarot card reading. Now, in my other videos of Tarot 101, I spoke about it very briefly about rituals and things to do before and after tarot card readings that help you pretty much get in the mood. Now, what I have here on the table are certain things that you can do. Not necessarily that you need to do all of them, or you can make some up as you go along. Okay? But my personal ritual involves a purple candle, which this is an old one that I used to use. Don't use this one anymore. But light a purple candle, purple being for psychic energy. It's attuned to the psychic vibrations. Also, the reason that you light a candle is because candles give off energy, and while you are conducting a tarot card reading, you do use up some of your personal energy, and it becomes to a certain degree, a battery that you can siphon off of. You can get some mojo off that. So that's one thing that you can do, not necessarily that you have to. Another thing is also incense. The incense for me, let me see if I can take it out of here. I like using stick incense for quick uses because normally when I do a tarot card reading, it's kind of fast. It's not something like a client asks for and whatnot, and I don't want to go and bring out like all the big, loose incense and and all that jazz. So this, I just light one of these babies and I'm good to go. And you can pick whatever incense that you like that's tuned to psychic energy and whatnot. The reason I use these is because before and after you can cleanse the cards like so. I'm not lighting it, but because my mom's here and she's going to have a hissy fit because I'll burn down the house. Anyways, that's another video by complaining of my mother. Another thing that you should have is a crystal with you. The crystal again works as a battery for you to connect to your to the person that you're reading, or to yourself, or to the situation that you are trying to figure out the reading for, like what the answer is, trying to connect. I normally put this on top as a closer when I'm done doing a reading. It's usually to recharge the cards and to remove any residual energy as well. Okay. Another thing that you could have, which I don't have it in this bowl, but you can have a bowl with water and some salt, which is my black salt right here, which I'm running out. I need to make some more. But but you can add these two together, and these are good when you are doing a reading that it is very stressful. You're using a lot of energy. It's a very powerful reading. It's not something that you are comfortable with to a certain degree, if you know what I mean. Like if it's a little too over the top, you take a little bit of this, sprinkle it on your hands, sprinkle it on your aura, on yourself, and on the cards. Now, do not drench the cards because you will ruin the cards. These are cardboard. So just sprinkle it or put it in your hands and make your hands slightly, in Spanish you would say húmedo, which is humid, and just, put it on the cards like that, and it cleanses them out. Another thing that's really good is psychic oil, or some sort of oil that you could use. This is actually made, I don't know what's in here because I didn't make it. It was made by a friend of mine, a good friend of mine that does amazing oils. And I still have it to this day, and I still use it. And I normally, what I do when I'm doing a reading that I know I'm going to have, that it's very heavy duty, I put a little dab here. I go like that to my hands, feel my hand chakras, and put it on the cards, and then, I'm ready to go. So those are some of the things that you could do to prepare yourself. And also afterwards, you can also use the salt and water, like I said. the incense to cleanse it off, the candle to charge you, to get you all buzzed up, and also the same with the oil. Another good thing that you guys should do if you have more than one card or more than one deck is get a box of some sort. And I actually did it in a very cheapy way. A friend of mine, let me move the camera for you guys. A friend of mine gave me a Victoria's Secret gift box. And I just basically put my cards in here, which my other deck is not in here because I was using them for something else. And it's really cute, and it has, you know, some cute little message there, my reflection, hey, look, it's me there. Those are my runes in there, but it's a really cute box, and it even says Love Spell, which I like a lot. And it's purple, too. Again, purple is a good color for psychic-related stuff. Another thing that's very important, you guys, is actually having an altar cloth. The reason you have an altar cloth is not just for the mood and the ambiance, it's also for the sole fact that you don't know where you're putting your card down on. I mean, what if you put it down and the table is still wet from somebody cleaning it, some oil, some food? You don't want that on your cards. You don't want them to get damaged. So you put an altar cloth or a cloth. And it could be as simple as you going down to the local craft store or the local cloth store of some sort, fabric store, and just buying something that's like maybe half a yarn, and just finding one that you like and just cutting it to size properly, and you're good to go. You could wrap the cloth around your cards, and then the other thing you could use is this. Is a nice little bag, drawstring bag. This is what I use to carry most of my cards, because the box is usually just for storage at the house, and then I put them in these and I just pick them out through with this. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have right now. Now, none of this is absolutely positively getting back to what I was saying because I got interrupted. I got a phone call. Now, like I've said before in other videos, all of this is not 110% necessary. It's definitely a good idea for people who are starting, but it's not, you know, a must-have. I do suggest, though, that you do create some sort of, as you're starting off, some sort of like almost somewhat of a ritual, somewhat of a little thing you do to either connect and or disconnect when you are doing a reading. Because the last thing you want to do, which this used to happen to me when I didn't have a ritual at first, I would just do a reading, and then somebody else would ask for a reading. I would do another one, and I would not disconnect from the other person that I was reading. So I would end up doing a reading that was either the same or similar to the other person that I had just done. And I didn't understand what was going on until I was told, you know, it's that I'm not disconnecting. And that was my issue. So when I started doing, not all of this obviously, but when I started on my own little ritual, it started working. I would be connected, and then I could easily disconnect, and I could just do another reading, and it was very simple. You'd be surprised how easy it is after you get the hang of it. And after a while, you can keep doing your ritual. You can keep doing the candle, the incense, the oil, or what have you, or whatever it is that floats your boat. Because these are just suggestions. But after a while, I started removing certain things because I saw that I didn't really need them. But starting off, this is actually a very good idea. And again, you don't have to do exactly what I've said or all of it. So to this day, I still use crystal quartz on all of my cards, a purple candle that I light when I do a reading, and a little sash bag to put them in, drawstring bag. But that evolved over time, because before it was I had to have the incense, I had to have the salt and water. But as you get better and you exercise that your third eye, you can decide what you will either keep, leave, or add, depending on what you prefer or feel comfortable with. But that's just some of my suggestions. I hope you enjoyed them, and many blessings. And please leave a comment if need be. If you have any more questions or wanted me to add something else or add something more, I don't know. I'll see you guys around.